Hello everyone and welcome to the video lecture on complex counter integration. In this we shall see how to simplify integrations when the denominator becomes the complicated one. That is, the denominator itself you will find more complicated expressions. Then how to deal with this, so that we are going to discuss in this video lecture. So let us start with the first example. Evaluate integral 0 to 2 pi of 5 minus 3 sin theta, right, by counter integrations. So let us start with our usual process. So consider a unit circle given by z equal to e raised to power I theta. We need d theta. So let us write quickly expression for d theta, that we remember as dz by iz. I already told you how to obtain such expression. You can refer the previous video lectures how to get these expressions. So d theta is dz by iz. Right. After this, as we find sin theta, so let us write the expression for sin theta. Sin theta is nothing but z square minus 1 upon 2iz. So this also we will use. Let us consider given integral. Call it as I. Let I is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi of 1 upon 5 minus 3 sin theta whole square. So using, let I call it as 1a, this is 1b in equation 1. So using equation 1a and 1b in equation 1, we get. So what we will get? So we get 1 implies I is equal to 0 to 2 pi will get replaced by integration over c. Then 1 upon 5 minus 3 into sin theta. Sin theta is nothing but z square minus 1 upon 2iz. Square of this is there. Then d theta is dz by iz. Let us simplify this expression. So we will take the LCM, right? So what it becomes? Integration over c, 1 upon LCM is 2iz, multiply with this. So we have minus 3z square, then plus 10iz, okay, multiplying by 2iz with 5, and then minus plus 3 into 1, 3. Square of this upon square of 4iz. Square of 4iz will be minus 4. Why minus? Because I square is minus 1. Square of 2 is 4. Z square and dz by iz. Okay. Now z will get cancelled. Take out the constant term. Constant term is minus 4 by I, right? Integration over c of what is left? Z is left in the numerator upon. Let I take minus sign outside from the expression, right? So what you will get? So minus 1 square is plus 1. So this will take the form 3z square minus 10iz minus 3 whole square. So now we have obtained this completely as a function of z. So this is nothing but we can write it as minus 4 by I integration over c of f of z dz. Call it as equation number 2, where what is f of z? F of z is this integrand, that is equal to z upon 3z square minus 10iz minus 3, right? call it as equation number 3. Now, as we have obtained this form, integration over C of f of z dz, so let us simplify this. For this, we are going to make use of the Cauchy residue theorem. For Cauchy residue theorem, we require a poles which is we require a residue of the pole which is lying inside C. So let us find first the pole which is lying inside the circle C. So we have to find out the pole of this f of z. So therefore, let us find the pole. Pole of f of z is, equate denominator of this f of z to 0. So that is 3z square minus 10iz minus 3 equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. So as I told you, you can apply the formula minus b plus minus under root of, or you can factorize this, or you can make use of Calc. But in this particular example, you will not get the answer with the help of Calc. Why? Because here I am having b as what? 10i, which is including the complex roots. So might be you will not get the answer with the help of Calc. So in that case, we will apply the formula, right? Neither it will be possible easily to get the factors also, right? By factorization process. Okay. So what we will do, we will apply the formula minus b plus minus. So what is a here? A is nothing but 3. This is b is minus 10i and c is minus 3. Okay. So let us apply the formula. So z is equal to, you will get the two values minus b, so minus of minus 10i, so that is 10i plus minus under root of b square, so that is minus 10i whole square, that will be what? 10 square I square is minus 1 and square of 10 is 100, right? Minus 4ac, minus 4 into 3 into minus 3, right? So minus 4 into 3 into minus 3, that is nothing but plus 36 upon 2a. 2 into a is 6, 3. So 2 into 3, 6. Now, so what are the two values of? So we will simplify it further. So 10i plus minus under root of minus 64. Minus 100 plus 36 minus 64. Under root of minus 64 is nothing but 8i upon 6. Okay. Now let us find each value one by one. So let us take first for positive one. So 10i plus 8i, 18i by 6, that is nothing but 3i, right? Now let us take the next negative one. So 10i minus 8i, 2i by 6, that is I by 3. Now let us compare the absolute value so as to identify which pole lie inside. So mod of 3i, right? So that is nothing but equal to same as mod of 3, mod of I is always 1, right? So mod of 3, that is equal to, that is nothing but greater than 1. Okay. And mod of I by 3. So this we can write as mod of I upon mod of 3. So that is again 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is less than 1. So what we find here, that for z equal to I by 3, the pole lies inside C. Therefore, pole, now, so it is, see here, the pole of f of z is nothing but, here we have square term, right? So is given by 3z square minus 10iz minus 3 whole square equal to 0, right? It means this is equal to 0 how many times? Twice. So each value which we are getting here, each value is occurring twice, right? Okay, so just note down this, as we have a square of this in the denominator, so each of these values will occur twice. So therefore, pole of order as each value, that is z equal to 3i and I by 3, occurs twice, so pole of order 2 at z equal to I by 3 lies inside C. Right, lies inside C. So let us find the residue at this pole. So therefore, residue of f of z at pole z equal to I by 3 of order 2 is equal to. So what is the formula? Yes, formula is 1 upon, see here I write the formula. So what is the formula? Formula is limit 1 upon m minus 1 factorial, where what is m? M is the order of the pole. Limit z tends to a, then it is z minus a, m minus 1 as the derivative of z minus a raised to m into f of z. This is the formula we are having, right? So this formula we will apply over here. What is the order of the pole? Order of the pole is 2, right? That's why what is the value of m? M is 2. Whereas a is what? A is nothing but this pole, which is I by 3, right? So apply this formula by substituting m as 2 and a as I by 3. So it is 1 upon m is 2, so 2 minus 1 factorial, right? 2 minus 1 factorial. Then what it is? Limit z tends to a, z tends to I by 3, m minus 1, that is 2 minus 1. What? Right? So what we have? d dz of z minus a, that is z minus I by 3 raised to m, m is 2 into f of z. Right? Simplify. Substitute f of z. Substitute f of z. So here m is 2 and a is I by 3. Right? This is the formula we are applying for here. So it is 2 minus 1, 1 factorial is 1. So it is limit z tends to I by 3, then d dz of the first derivative of, now z minus I by 3, I can write this as 3z minus I whole square by 3 square, that is what, 9, right? Then f of z. F of z is what we have? F of z is what it is? It is nothing but z upon 3z square minus 10iz minus 3. This is our function f of z. Okay, now let us factorize this, as we already have a factor for this whole square is there. Right? Factor for this denominator term is what? Z minus 3 by 3i and z minus I by 3 whole square, that is 3z minus I. Right? So factors of this is nothing but equal to what? So we have this as equal to limit z tends to I by 3 derivative with respect to z of 3z minus I whole square upon 9, okay, then z upon, the roots are z equal to 3i, the first factor will be z minus 3i and square of this, so square of this, then z minus I by 3, z minus I by 3 is equal to 0 is the second factor, which we can write as 3z minus I upon 3 equal to 0. So that gives what? 3z minus I equal to 0. So what is the another factor? That is 3z minus I whole square. Square is there, right? So this gets cancelled. And now we have to find out the derivative of remaining term. So I'll take 1 by 9 outside. Now limit z tends to, this is I by 3. What is left? Z upon z minus 3I whole square. Now let's just differentiate this, right? So what you will have? So we will apply quotient rule, right? So according to quotient rule, what you will get? So this gives you what? Z minus 3I whole square, second function, derivative of first, that is 1, minus first function as it is, the derivative of second one. So that is 2 times Z minus 3I upon square of the second term. So square of the second term will come out to be power 4. Okay. So in this way I have simplified this. I have done the applied the quotient rule for, right, for differentiation. Now let us apply the limit, that is z as I by 3. So let us see what we will get. So that is equal to minus 1 by 9. Now here z minus 3i 1, z minus 3i will get cancelled, right? So it is limit z tends to I by 3. Okay. So z minus 3i is left in the numerator in the first term. Now this gets cancelled. What we have? Minus 2z. Isn't it? Right? Then it is z minus 3i to the power 3. As one term of z minus 3i will get cancelled. Right? Now, so apply the limit. So 1 by 9. Now put z as I by 3. So I by 3 minus 3i minus 2 times I by 3 upon I by 3 minus 3i times cube. Now simplify. So what you will get? So it is 1 by 9 times I by 3 minus 2I by 3 means minus I by 3. So it is minus I by 3 in the numerator minus 3I. Okay. Upon. Simplify I by 3 minus 3I. So let us take the LCM. So 3 into minus 3 minus 9 plus 8. So minus 8I whole cube. Right? Upon 3 cube. 3 cube is 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Right? Simplify. So let us do it. So what we will get? So after simplification, what you will find here? So here again minus 3i minus 1. So minus 10i upon 9 is there in the numerator and in the denominator 8 cube. Right, so that is 8 8s are 64 into 8. Find out. Right, so we have here in the denominator minus 512 upon 27 and I cube. What is I cube? What is I cube? I cube is nothing but minus I. So it is plus I. Okay. So this I will get cancelled. Then here, right? Simplify. So what you will find? Find. So we have over here this as minus 30 by 512. Minus 30 by 512. Okay. Now, again, you can simplify this, reduce this as minus 15 upon So minus 15 upon 256 is the simplification. One by 3 will also be there over here. So what we have? This is minus 5 upon 256. Minus 5 upon 256 is the residue of f of z at z equal to I by 3. Right? This we obtained. Only one pole was lying inside the circle, for which we obtained the residue. Let us apply the Cauchy residue theorem. So therefore, Cauchy residue theorem gives us, therefore, by Cauchy residue theorem, we have integral over c of f of z dz equal to 2 pi I times this value minus 5 by 256. Right? So simplify this. So that is equal to minus 5 pi I by 128. This is the value of integral. This we require in equation number 2. So put this, therefore equation 2 implies the integral I is equal to what? It is minus 4 by I. Right? It is minus 4 by I times 5 pi I. This value, particular value, upon 128. Simplify this. So what you will get? I will get cancelled. Now, so what you will get? You will get 5 pi by 32. So this is the required answer. That is integration over 0 to 2 pi of 1 upon 5 minus 3 sin theta whole square is equal to 5 pi by 32. So in this way one can get the answer easily. In the next video lecture we shall see few more important examples. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you for watching the video.